the story. Anyway, it's just some kind of wild, freaky stuff that happened that, I've seen some interesting things in my life. And we could talk about that another day. Like when I lived in Australia, in the middle of like the damn jungle, it was crazy on this cliff in this house. And pots would fly across the kitchen, and you could hear a woman screaming. And we found out that the previous owners, the husband had thrown her over the cliff into the creek below. So that was kind of freaky. But that was my really main experience with like something kind of supernatural. It was interesting. I try not to get all spooky spiritual about things, but I do know some things are some things. So anyway, the night that they took Maui, we had a little service for him. It was beautiful. My daughter played, you know, When We See You Again. God, it's crazy. So they take Maui, and they were doing like a private cremation. I didn't know that they do mass cremations of animals. So they're in there like with a whole bunch of other animals. So this is called a aquamation, I'm pretty sure, like gentle pet something. Anyway, so basically he said that they call it a water cremation, and the main thing is the fact that it's private. He'll be in there by himself, da 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 da. I said, okay, great, that's what we want. And then, yes, send me his ashes. So, um, so they came, they took him, they kind of did like a little service of their own, and then they put him inside the back of the transport truck, van, whatever. And then he's lowering they cover him, and then he kind of stood at attention, the guy that was picking him up, and then slowly the thing's lowering, and we're like, dun, 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 taps. If I could have, I should have played it. So he had to go back to their main headquarters, which I guess is like an hour or so away, and they probably had to process him and everything like that. So it's been a couple hours, right? Me and my husband are on the couch, and we're talking about him, and he's such a good boy, and blah blah blah, and he's not suffering anymore, yada yada. And we're talking about him. All of a sudden, I mean, it's a gorgeous day. The entire house power surges, right? It's crazy. Totally lights flickers. Like what? Okay. And my husband goes, and he's not like that either. He goes, I hear you, Maui. I see you, Maui. And I was like, oh. So that was wild. And then the next day, I'm putting together a picture memorial for him. Different pictures with all of us, and his sweet little face and his big brown eyes. And I put the last picture down, and all the lights in the house flicker again. And I was like, what the heck? I was like, okay. Then I had lit a memorial candle, right? I go upstairs. I'm doing laundry. I change my clothes. I come back down. I look, and on the memorial thing I made, one of the pictures, because they were not secured, fell on top of the candle, and the corner was still in one piece, but it was all ashes and it was smoking. And as soon as I picked up the picture, that corner just fell down, and it looked like a bite mark. And I was like, what the heck is going on? Basically, it was right on top of a flimsy table with tons of paper, tons of pictures. My drapes were hanging right there. The side of the wall was right there. My son's room was right above that. Like, it only takes 30 seconds for that whole corner of the house to be on fire. So thank you, God, for, saving us. My daughter, her room full of animals, all of us were home, and could have been very tragic. And I'm so grateful that somehow, with no logic whatsoever, um, the corner did not continue to burn. The rest of that paper, the rest of the table, the curtains, the wall, the floor, my house. I'm very, very grateful. So that's crazy. Okay, so I was like, okay, thank you, Maui. I mean, he's always my guardian angel. My husband says the same thing. And so then the next day, my husband and I have an appointment. I go with him. It's for him. And I try not to talk too much. A couple times I have something important question or something, but I try to be quiet and behave myself and not fidget. So I'm there to look pretty and be supportive. But anyway, as best as possible. So we get done with the appointment, and my husband got some amazing news at that appointment from an a source that you wouldn't think you'd get it from. And that's why it is important to talk to different people. And you never know where you'll get some wisdom from. This gentleman was really quite elderly and had like a onset of Parkinson's going on, but his mind was sharp. He tried to take notes, he really couldn't. His assistant came in and she was busting it out, boy, you know, but he was very knowledgeable and told my husband some amazing news about his health that even none of the other uh, professionals um, had bothered to tell him. So anyway, it was just very nice. So we leave there. My husband's feeling great. He's so happy. He's like, "Wow, I didn't know. So basically, I'm good as new. You know, it's awesome." I'm like, "Yes, Daddy, it's awesome." You know, and we stopped to have lunch, and we're waiting outside. It's not open yet. They have loud music coming on. We're the only ones standing there. It's a gorgeous day. You know, we've been reminiscing about Maui and everything. All of a sudden, the song comes on, you know, When I See You Again. And he goes, "Are you kidding me?" And I was like, I just started crying. Started crying. I put my head in his chest. He just held me. And we just kind of slow danced outside this restaurant, listening to that song. And it was blaring like it was playing just for us. And then I look up, I decide to record it just for a moment, you know, like the music and the beautiful sky. And then a bird just flies across the sky, and it was like, you know, his free spirit, you know. And I was like, I try not to be a spooky spiritual kind of person. You know, people can get caught up in that kind of stuff, but it was really cool. And I told my husband that with all the positive signs that we have seen, how can we not just be happy and grateful for the time that we did have him with us? And pets are a lesson in life, circle life, and how to mourn those we love, because we all have a time, you know, that's our time. And that's why I'm a firm believer in giving people their roses while they're with us. You know, I give my husband as much praise as I can. I am not waiting until the day he's gone. I want to shout from the rooftops what an amazing man he is, and how blessed I am, and how grateful, and teach all the women I can, you know, whatever I've learned and we've learned to help keep their families together. And that's really the main goal. So, oh my gosh, I had to tell you the rest of that. I think that's pretty much the main stuff that was kind of wild that happened. Um, some other little things, but it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. Anyway, I'm grateful. Don't get me wrong. Thank God my husband is obviously a million times, you know, my gratefulness is just that my pup, well, almost as suddenly as my husband, my pup was um, just as suddenly, like, but we didn't even know, have any idea that something like that was wrong. So it's always a little harder. But anyway, guys, yeah, let's just keep doing the best we can, one day at a time. And I'm trying to make sure my kids are okay, because it's the first pup we've ever lost as a family. I never had dogs growing up. I had lovebirds, and they were interesting. He was such a happy boy until we brought home Sita. His name was Rama, and her name was Sita. And what's funny is in the Indian culture, Sita is actually an unlucky name because she had so much trouble. They don't normally want to name their daughters Sita, Sita. Um, and when she came into his life and they started having babies and nests and eggs, he was miserable. He didn't sing anymore. Um, you know, she would peck him. She'd attack the children. And I was like, how interesting. The transformation is insane. She'd bite us. I mean, he was the nicest, sweetest bird. He'd play hide and seek with us. I mean, it's just sort of funny, I have to tell you. So, uh, we separated them, and he was a little happier. But anyway, I don't know if I should keep rambling. I love you guys. Taking it as the healing process here. Um, I gotta get it out, as my husband would say. And I'm blessed and I'm grateful. Grateful, grateful. And life is very fragile, and we have to be grateful for everything that we have. Everything. Just like that fire, in an instant. God forbid. Thank you, Lord. So, I guess that's the end of story time for now. And Daddy was fantastic, and from beginning to end. And he just feels great, and I'm so happy he feels great. He deserves it. He deserves another round. You know, he's worked so hard his whole life. That's why I wanted him to, you know, what do you want to do? You want to go somewhere? You want to, oh, you know, and I'm always the one that's like, look, Daddy, wow, she's hot, you know, blah, blah, blah. And he's so stoic. Like, he's so good at not making eye contact, which is funny because usually, obviously, guys naturally look at shapes and movement, and and the female shape is just like you can't help it anyway. But if a man's job is where you're trained to look around all the time anyway, like always be on guard or whatever, like scanning or whatever, um, it's just kind of like, oh, well, shoot, movement, I had to look. But it is true, it is true. But in any case, it's fine. Why not? Not a big deal. But I always notice that we could be out to eat, whether it's just us or us and our kids, and the hostesses or waitresses will walk by, and they're always these super cute little, like, 110-pound girls, and I'm like, wow, hey, like, just saying. Are they on the menu? I don't know. So my husband's like, stop it, stop it. He doesn't want me to. He wants me to behave, so I'm trying. Um, but anyway, they look at him. Of course, he's big, got all his tattoos. Everyone's always trying to figure out, and most of the time, he gets, you look like Mark Wahlberg, and John Cena. The two guys he's gotten literally on average every 5 days for his entire life since he was like, 20 something. So we used to joke about it because almost everywhere we went, someone would say that. So it's kind of hilarious, but it's great. He'd always say, I do this for you, honey, and for myself. And I was like, yeah, babe, it's all good. I'm proud of you. I was always proud of him. I was proud to show him off. And I liked that pretty girls, gave him attention because I want him to know you're attractive. I want you to be proud of yourself. You deserve it. You work so hard. So that part never ever bothered me. Every once in a while, in weird circumstances, I would get jealous of things. But for the most part, I've really been trying to work on that just in case. Who knows? If we travel and whatever, I want him to feel free and just not have any regrets in his life. And right now he doesn't, so I'm very pleased with that. But it's a good way to keep it, you know, because it is what it is anyway. Whatever Daddy wants to do, he's gonna do. I'm just lucky and blessed that he just gives it all to me, which is amazing. So we'll just keep doing what we're doing, and I'm very, very grateful. Please God, I asked for another 20 years, and I actually had said, because my husband wants me to take care of myself, and I don't mean to roll my eyes because I don't like saying it, but he thinks he's still going to go first, and he wants me to be around a long time to watch over the kids and our grandkids and things like that, watch over, money management affairs. And I'm like, Lord, please, I said, Daddy, you also have to teach one of the boys because I can't just know this by myself. I'm too emotional on my decisions. One of my decisions cost him like $100,000 in a day. And I was like, and I had already told him, baby, don't listen to my fear because I'm upset about what's going on and I'm not making a rational decision. But he understood that at the time he could have died, so he chose the safer thing over his gut feeling, and I cost him a good $170,000, and that hurt my soul badly. And then there's another one that was like 1.5 million. Daddy's his own boss besides for what he does, and he works equally as hard on his own investments in business and money things that he does as he does on his actual, in his career. So, God bless him. I give him so much credit all the time that I think he's amazing. I said, your brain's always going. I don't know how you do it. Like, a picture a big board with, like, all that calculus stuff on it. And like I say, that's what your brain is like to me, always figuring things out. And he's always hashing out solutions and, you know, mixing it up, changing it up. And that's how he comes up and formulates his plans and whatnot. But anyway, oh, God, I'm rambling on. Digressing. But he's incredible, and he wants to make sure I'm taken care of, and I'm very grateful for that. And 20 more years to be amazing. And so I said that I, logically speaking, it would be better that I went first. He hates for me to say those words. I'm sorry. I'm trying to tell the story. Because logically, he would take the best care of the family. I'm too emotional. They would be practically taking care of me at this point. Not that I don't have things to offer and I don't, oh my gosh. They were fighting. Oh, they stopped. Oh, whatever. That was wild. There's like, there's 3 male blue jays and 2 female blue jays. No, 4. 4 males and 1 female. No wonder they're down there tussling. Oh my gosh, that was crazy. Wild world of nature, I tell you. I love the woods next door. I think it's fantastic. Anyway, but I told my husband, logically speaking, it'd be better for him to live the longest. And I would want him to, after taking care of me my whole life and being so, like, honorable, like a saint, honestly. I know he's not perfect, but honestly, humanly speaking, loved me more than I think a human man has ever loved a woman. He's incredible. It's been, it's been just amazing. Thank you, God. Amazing love story. Hard work, but so incredible and worth it. And these birds are like really out of control. Squirrel. Anyway, but I would want him to be able to date, to like, he wants to get a boat, go get a boat. There's like, just have fun. You know what the game is. So go, pick up the boat girls and let them just shake their booty on your butt. Look, I'm so bad, but why not? Why not? You've worked your butt off. Go tour around the world and go see everything. And, pretty girls sell everything because everyone likes to look at pretty girls as long as they have a pleasant attitude. They're cheerful and they make you smile, and that's what they do. So, it's one of the blessings of being a young, beautiful girl. So, why not go enjoy life? And it's not just that. It's the architecture, the scenery, the history, all the geography of the place. And there's so many incredible places around the world and buildings that were built so long ago that are in better shape than buildings that are built today. How's that possible? My husband always wants to know. But it looks like there's 1 male left. He must be the winner. And the female is about 5 feet away. He might be making his move. I'll let you know, guys, okay? Keep you posted. What else? But Surviving with Run was saying that that's a true fact and that most women wouldn't admit that. And I understand that everybody wants to live. I get that. And what's totally bizarre about the whole thing is that when he was in the hospital, Maui went downhill, like severely. He was just at the end. He was just drool coming out of his mouth. He never drooled. Drool coming out of his mouth. He couldn't eat. He would drink a little water, go to the bath, pee, but he was not doing well. And I was like, hang in there. And my husband's like, it's like he took my place, and that's crazy. That's crazy. But with all those spooky spiritual stuff that's happened afterwards, I'm kind of like, okay, now you're like a guardian angel. And after what I said, I was like, oh my God, I would never, replace someone's life with someone's life. It's crazy. I just, for me in our situation with the kids, I was just saying Daddy would be better left in charge of them longer than me. But I will do my best to follow his instructions. He's a little closer. He moved in about 2 more feet. He's 3 feet away. This is hilarious. My table's a mess, or I would turn the camera back and forth, but I don't want to do too many sudden movements because then I might screw up his game. Don't cock block the blue jay. Can you say that? I hope so. Why not? Um. Oh, you know what's so sweet? So, with all my hustling and hard work and making sure I was there for my husband at the hospital, like back and forth, whatever he needed, I made sure his room looked so cute. He had comforts from home. He had his cute shirts, whatever. And picked him up with balloons. He likes the astronaut song. What's it called? Astronaut in the ocean or something. And so I got him a little astronaut guy. It's a balloon. And like feel better, blah blah blah. And then I made a couple like 8x10s. One is Buren on the horse with the sword up, so it's like Buren Ironside, and then the other side's a picture of Daddy looking all handsome and hulky, and it says Daddy Ironside. Oh, there you go. Oh, she left him. He fought 3 other Blue Jays, and she just took off on him. Go get it. You deserve it. Oh, he's going. He's going. Oh my God. The other guys are following him. This is hilarious. Who knew? Wow, they're really going at it. How interesting. Well, such is nature, right? Anyway, okay. I think that's the end of the stories. But it was really cute showing off my daddy. I had all these pictures of him, and I put him up and everything. And I love showing him off. He deserves it. He works so hard. One of the nurses signed her name with a little heart on it and stuff, and I was like, oh, Daddy. It's cute, because all the girls are like 19, 20, 21 years old. They're so cute. And, they're very sweet. So, anyway, I'm going to go. Okay, so this is part 2 to part 1. Now I think we're officially caught up. So, love you guys. All right. Hi. Maybe this time I can actually read it. Thank you. Appreciate it so much. Aw. So hopefully now that I know what I'm doing, we can go live. Hopefully every week. And maybe even twice a week and get some stuff accomplished. Anyway, thanks guys. Ciao.